So once you're all set up, we're just going to start by sitting cross-legged on our mat. Just going to start with a little bit of a dynamic stretch to warm up. Go, so facing towards me, arms relaxing down beside you. Just going to go into a little bit of a mermaid stretch. So bend one elbow, reach the opposite arm overhead, and swapping sides. Go, get that nice, beautiful reach overhead. Nice stretch down through the side of the body. It's one of my favorites to do first thing in the morning. Everyone loves a good stretch after waking up. There we go. Beautiful. Now just going to be here for another 15 seconds. Got some roll downs coming straight up after this. Last 2. And 1. Sitting up nice and tall. Now from here, reach your legs out in front of you. So knees are going to be bent. Arms reaching down beside your knees. We're going to slowly tuck the hips under, roll down halfway, and rise, sit tall. So tuck those hips under. Try to draw the lower back down to the floor. And then we're sitting up nice and tall, reaching the head straight up to the ceiling. So think nice long spine as we rise. Now to add on, we're going to rise, reach the arms overhead, and now lie all the way down to the mat. Arms overhead. So we roll up, reach the arms up to the ceiling. We roll down, reach the arms long overhead. So you should just be starting to feel that belly kicking in now. Go. Another 15 seconds here. And in 5, we're going to hold up halfway for some Russian twists. We've got 2. And 1. Hold up halfway, hands together. I want you to hold back so you feel that belly brace. Now arms are going to reach side to side. So making a nice big rainbow over the top of those knees. Starting to get a little bit more movement through the spine. Now if you're feeling comfy, float those legs up. Here we go. 25 seconds to go. Now if you've got those legs lifted here, you'll probably feel a little bit of work building up to the front of those thighs as well. Last 5. And 3, 2, and 1. Feet come back down. Now we're going to move straight into a little bit more lower body work. So everyone lie down onto your mat, and we're going to bring those heels about hip width apart. Here we go. Beautiful. Tuck those hips up and roll it down. Good. Roll up and down. So straight into our hip bridge. Beautiful. Now this is just the first part of my movement. We are going to move it onto single leg. Okay. So on the next one, float your left leg up to tabletop. We're going to roll the hips up, hold it there. We thread the needle. Back up, roll it down. We're going to stick with this side. So just the left leg up. Hips come up, thread the left leg under the right knee, back up to the ceiling, and lower. So this is really going to add on through the right side of the bum cheek and hamstring. Cool. Now if that becomes too much at any point, just bring both feet down. Just bringing it back into our hip bridge if it gets too much. Okay, 10 more seconds here. We'll be swapping legs in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way down. Both feet down for a moment. Little rock side to side with those knees. They're going to bring the work over to the left leg. So right leg to tabletop. We float the hips up. thread the needle and lower. So if you find that this one's a little bit squishy, so you don't have enough room with the leg, just bring that left foot down a little further on the mat. It'll give you a bit more room to thread under. So we do want that movement through the hips here as we rotate across. We go. 15 seconds to go. Feeling that warmth building through the left leg. Maybe even down through the sides of the back. Last 5. And 2. And 1. Both feet down to the mat. Little rock side to side with those knees. So little release. Great, now I'm going to move straight into some upper body work. We're going to go into our table. So everyone sitting up for me, we're going to keep the feet on the mat. We're just going to bring the hands just behind our hips. So about shoulder width apart behind the hips. Good. So start by pressing the palms and the feet down into the mat. We lift those hips to the ceiling and then we sit back down. Good, so press through the palms, lift the hips straight up, trying to get that nice straight line from the chest down through to the top of the knees. It's really reaching that chest high to the ceiling. Go. Now this is stage 1 of our move. If this is enough for you, stay here. If you would like to really add on through those arms though, we're going to sweep it through. So we're going to sweep the hips back between the arms and press straight back to tabletop. So now not allowing that bottom to touch the ground. So the only thing touching the mat here is the heels and the palms. Okay, so this is a really good one to get through those shoulders. Get 15 seconds to go. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Seating down. Go a little shoulder roll back and down, everyone. Grab a drink if you need to. We are about to go back into a little bit more lower body work. Okay, so once you're feeling comfortable, we will be standing up for this next part. So everyone coming up, we're going to stand in the center of your mat, and we're starting with the sumo squat here. So stance is nice and wide, hands starting on your hips. Good, we're going to squat down and rise. So we're going to lay this work here. Good. Now as we rise, drive up through the heels, press those hips forwards. So on a big squeeze through those bum cheeks every time we rise. Good, now going to add a lunge curtsy in here. Next time you rise, stand tall, right leg goes behind the left leg. Lunge curtsy. So just sticking with that one side here. The right leg stepping back. We go. Trying to get that right knee nice and close to the floor. Now if you'd like to add on here, we're going to add some arms in. So as we take our lunge curtsy, reach the arms out wide. Nice big circle as we take our sumo squat. Awesome jump. So right about now, you're going to be feeling lots of work through that whole left leg. See if you can get down a little bit lower in that curtsy. 10 seconds to go. Got some core work coming up. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and rise. Shake those legs out. Beautiful. Now we're going to come straight down to our 4-point kneel. So coming all the way down to your mat. We're going to go knees stacked under the hips, palms down into the mat. Now from here, we're going to go some little knee hovers. Go, so tuck your toes under. I'm going to press the palms down to the mat and pull that upper back to the ceiling. So hold it up. We're going to hover the knees up, tap it down. It's a very small move. Big exhale to lift, inhale, lower. Beautiful, keep strong to that upper body, keep pulling the upper back to the ceiling. Good, now if you'd like to add on, next time you come up, hold up, float the right leg back, 2 pulses to the ceiling. Bring it in and lower, swap sides. Lift the knees up, extend the left leg back, 2 pulses with the leg to the ceiling. Bring it in and lower. Go, gonna go for 1 more on each side. And everyone just hold that hover. Last one here, keep holding. Go 10 seconds. Pull that back up. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1, and knees down, sink back to a child's pose. Knees out wide, reach those arms forwards up the mat. Little breather. Okay, now I'm gonna bounce those legs out. So once you're ready, coming on up, grab a drink if you need to. We're gonna go back into our sumo squats. Go. So standing nice and tall, toes slightly out turns. Starting with the sumo, we squat down and rise. Driving those hips forwards as we rise. Cool. So this time you know what's coming up. Got those lunge curtsies. Pablo's decided to join us. Good, and taking our curtsy. Left leg back, and sumo squat. So this time trying to get the left knee nice and low to the ground. Getting that foot right across the body. So I want to try to get the left foot over to the outside of the right foot. We can start to add those arms in. So reach out wide and up. Okay, I might have done the arms the other way last time, but it's all good. Still moving them. Beautiful. Feel that nice big burn down to the right leg. 10 seconds to go. And 3, 2, and 1. Stand tall. Shake those legs out, everyone. Nice release. And coming all the way down to your mat. We go. Oh, beautiful little shake out for those legs. I don't know about you guys, but my thighs are on fire. Go. So we're going to give the legs a little break. We're going to move into some more core work here. So we can come down onto our mat, like all the way down. We're going to float those legs up to tabletop. Okay, so floating up. I'm going to start with some slow single leg extensions. So drawing the belly down to the spine, hold it there. We extend the right leg out long. Back to tabletop, swapping sides. Go big, exhale, extend. Inhale, return. Beautiful, we can add some arms in. Arms to the ceiling. As we extend out long, reach the arms out wide and close. So making a nice big chest fly, trying to catch those arms before they touch the floor. Good, now for a little bit more, taking it to double leg. Okay, it's looking really good, everyone. Smashing it out. 10 more here. Got some little reverse crunches coming up. Go, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everyone bring those legs to tabletop. Palms rest down to the mat. Now from here, we're going to roll the hips and lower back up off the mat. Relax back down to tabletop. So everyone's completely different here. Just roll back as far as feels comfortable for you. If you're feeling good, try to reach the hips up to the ceiling. Get that nice tall spine. You can even add a leg extension as we roll down. Okay, so really good for the lower body. Sorry, for the lower core, as well as for the back. Okay, 10 more seconds here. Belly is on fire. We are not done yet though. 1 more exercise to go. Go, feet can come down in 3, 2, and 1. Feet down to the mat. Little breather, rock side to side with those knees. Got 1 more to go here and it's going to get those obliques working hard. We go. So from here, arms rest down to the mat. Legs will float back up to tabletop. This time, keep those legs glued together. We're going to make a nice big circle with those knees. So imagine you're drawing a basketball with your knees. Go. Now if you can, try to keep those hips glued down on the floor. If you notice the hips are rolling off the mat as we go side to side, just make the move a little bit smaller. Go, so keep it going in the same direction. 15 seconds, and we're going to roll it the other way. If you like more leg extension as we come down. So extend, circle it around. Beautiful, we're changing in another 5. And roll it the other way. Taking that extension for more. So this one does get pretty tough. If you need a break at any point, just hug the knees into your chest. 20 seconds to go. Go, last 10. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And everyone hug those knees into your chest. Little rock side to side, massage out that lower back. And rising on up. Great, now we're going to go into a little bit more lower body work. Like I said, we've got lots of lower body today. So we're going to be starting off in our side plank position. So knees on the ground, knees are back in line with the body. Bring your right elbow down to the floor. Left hand goes onto your hip. Cool. Just going to start with some little hovers up. Hover up and tap the hip down. So just lifting up into our side plank. Great, now this is option 1. Option 2, for a little bit more, we're going to float the left leg out long. As we lift the hips up, I want you to squeeze that right bum cheek. So we're now working through the whole right side of the body. Can reach the left arm up for a little bit more again. Good. Now this one does feel quite cruisy to start with. It is actually just the first part of our glute work though. So it's our warm up, I'll call it. Here we go. 10 more seconds. In 5, we're going to come up into our 4-point kneel. Got 3, 2, 1. Hip comes down. Now from here, we're coming straight up into our 4-point kneel. So knees are stacked under the hips, but we're going to bring the right hand to the top corner of the mat And the left hand just down towards the center of the mat. So the upper body's on an angle here. We go. Now we're going to actually use the opposite leg. So right leg goes out behind us. I'm going to wave the leg up, tap it down. Cool. So by being on a bit of an angle here with that upper body, it is going to put a little bit more pressure down into the side of that left bum cheek. Go, try to pull that upper back to the ceiling. Okay, so if you notice it, I'm not cueing the breath too much today, just because I trust you can all breathe. And everyone finds different parts of the move more challenging. A good way to think about it is take your big exhale on the hardest part of the move for you. There we go. Another 10 seconds here. Go. And in 3, we hold up. 2, 1, right leg up. Now from here, we're going to cross the right leg over the left foot. Back up. So crossing over on an angle. Now as we reach the leg down to the floor, I want you to look over your left shoulder. See if you can see that right foot touching the floor. Go, by looking over the right shoulder, we can create a little side crunch. So crunching in the left side of the rib cage as we look across. Awesome work. 10 more seconds. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both knees down, sitting back towards your heels. Little roll out of those wrists. So little release. Here we go. Good. Now going to come back up to standing. So stand up nice and tall. We're going to go straight into a little bit of lunge work here. So we're going to stick with the right leg. Hands to the hips. We're going to lunge forwards with the right leg and rise. So just sticking with that one side. Beautiful. Now as we stand tall, tap the toes of the right foot down to the floor beside that left foot. So little tap, lunge low. Awesome work. Got a little scooter coming up. Go, 10 more seconds to go. Then we're going to hold down low in our lunge. Okay, we've got 4. Holding down in 2. 1, hold low. Now body weight goes forwards over the right knee. Stay low. Your left foot comes up off the floor. Tap the left foot in. Tap the left foot back. We start to add the arms in here. As we reach the left leg back, we're going to reach the arms forwards. Tuck those elbows back in as the left leg comes in. Good. If you feel comfortable, don't let the left foot touch the floor. Stay low. We go another 15 seconds. That right leg is on fire. And 2. And 1. Standing tall. Shake those legs out. Little release. Okay. Now going to come straight back down to our side plank work here. So as you feel comfortable coming back down to the mat, grabbing a drink if you need to. Go. And we're going to go into our side plank work again. So opposite side of last time. Going to keep the knees stacked on the mat. Right hand to your hip. Okay. Knees are back in line with the body. We lift the hips up. Lower the hips down. Okay, so this is option 1 again. Option 2 for a little bit more of a burn through your left bum cheek. Float your right leg up. So don't let the right leg touch the floor. You can reach your arm up if you'd like. Good. So remember, you can always regress back if you need to. you can always bring both knees down if you need a little bit less. Just take it at your own pace. There we go. We're going to go for another 15 here. Just checking my timer. Good. And in 5, coming back into our 4-point kneel. Got 3, 2, 1. Hip comes down. Go in your own time, coming up into your 4-point kneel. Cool. So knees are going to start about hip width apart in the center of the mat. Now your left hand goes to the top of the mat, right hand down towards the center of the mat. Okay, we float the left leg out behind us. We're going to lift and lower that left leg. So if it does feel a little bit wobbly, feel free to bring your left hand back a little bit as well. Cool. Now you can play around with the toes here. Notice if you flex the toes up to the shin, you'll feel a little bit more in the calf and hamstring. If you point the toes, you'll feel a little bit less in the calf, a little bit more in the front of the thigh. Now remember, pull that upper back to the ceiling on a nice strong upper body. Go another 20 seconds here, then we're going to be sweeping that left leg across. Get 10 more. And 2, 1, hold up, left leg over the right leg, back up. Now if you can, look over the right shoulder as the left leg comes across. Get that nice big C curve through the spine as you reach over to the side. Goes quite a lot of work down through your left hamstring here, as well as down through the side of the glute on the right leg. Doing really well, everyone. 15 seconds to go. Go, last 5. And 2. And 1. Both knees down. Sit back toward your heels. Little roll out of those wrists. Grab a drink if you need to. We do have our lunge work coming straight up. It goes in your own time, everyone. Standing nice and tall to the end of your mat. Hands are going to go back onto your hips, and now we're going to be lunging down into the left leg. So step the left foot forwards, lunge down, and rise. Now as you rise, we're taking that little toe tap to the floor beside your right foot. Go, stand up nice and tall every time you breathe in. Beautiful. So we'll for this work kick in pretty much straight away, just because we have done a lot of work on the left leg already. Go, we've got another 10 seconds here. Oops, just switching my timer on. Go, in 5, we're going to hold it down. 3, 2, 1, hold down. Body weight forwards over the right leg. Tap the knee in and out. Straight to that scooter. Good. Now, if you would like to add on again for the upper body, reach the arms forwards as we extend the right leg back. Draw those elbows in as we bring the knee in. If you can, right foot stays off the floor. So there's lots of stability. Just kicked Pablo. Beautiful, everyone. 5 more. Get nice and shaky through that left leg. Got 2. 1, and stand tall. Shake those legs out, little release. Good news, we're going to give the legs a nice break. We're going to go into some upper body work. So once you're ready, everyone, coming down to the mat. Go. So we're going to go straight into some push-up work here. So get the chest and arms working. Going to bring those hands out nice and wide each side of the mat. And we're going to hold that half plank position with the hips. So drop the bum down. Draw the elbows out wide. Chest comes to the floor and press back up. So trying to get the chest to drop straight down below those hands. And as we rise, we're going to draw the arms in towards each other, like we're trying to pop a balloon between those arms. So it's going to get a nice deep squeeze through the chest. Now, if you've got a nice strong upper body, give that full push-up option a go. So you can go feet on the knees up, feet to the ends of the mat. Beautiful, 10 more seconds. In 5, we're holding halfway. 3, 2, 1, halfway hold. Hold it. Go, we've got 4, 3, 2, 1, and sit back into your child's pose. Knees out wide, reach those arms forwards. Roll those wrists out if you need it. Here we go. Beautiful. Now still sticking with that upper body for a little while longer. We're now going to be lying down onto our belly. So lie all the way down to the mat. Go, legs are nice and long behind you. Keep the legs nice and relaxed here. Here we go. Here comes Pablo. Here we go. Now we're going to bring the hands in beside the shoulders. Elbows tuck in. We're going to press up into our cobra. Back down. So this is one of my favorites for triceps. You'll notice it'll kick in straight away through the triceps and the front of the shoulders. And as we lower down, try to get those elbows to graze beside the body. Beautiful. Not here for long. I know it's awful. 10 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Lying down, reach those arms out long in front of you. Forehead to the mat, little breather. Go. We're going to go straight into our Supermans here. So keep the arms out long. We're going to turn the palms in to face towards each other. We lift the chest and arms up and lower. Now this is option 1. Option 2, you can lift those thighs up off the mat as well. It's a great one for the back here. Good, big exhale, lift. Good. Now if this one's a little bit too much on the upper body, you can bring the elbows out wide to the side and just squeeze those shoulder blades in as we lift. Go, 20 seconds here. Go, 10 to go. And 3, 2, and 1. Relax down. Bring your arms together, so stack your hands just so that the head rests down on the forehead. Sorry, the head rests down on the hands. Good, little breather. And as you feel comfortable, coming all the way back up. We go. So grab a drink if you need to. We are going to move back into a little bit of lower body work. Like I said, lots of lower body work today. And we're going to come down into some sideline work here. So we are going to work the arms at the same time. So bring your left arm down onto the mat. And we're going to bring the knees back in line with our body. So just like we did before with our side plank option. Now heels stay together. Right hand to the hip. We've got a little combo. We're going to lift the hips up, 3 clams. Go, straighten the leg out, 3 lifts to the ceiling. Heels together, and we lower. So lift up to the side plank, hip is off the floor. 3 clams, keeping the heels together. After your third one, straighten the right leg out. 3 kicks up to the ceiling. Heels together, and lower. So everyone's different here. You might feel more through the obliques and the upper body. You might feel more in the legs. Go, we're going to go for 2 more rounds of this combo. Go, second last one. And last one here. And release, come all the way back down. Now lying straight down to your side, we're now going to get the top leg working a little bit harder. Tuck those knees up in line with your hips. Now the right leg goes out long. Go. So you can just stay relaxing down on the arm. Good. Right hand can stay to the floor in front of your body for a bit of support. We're going to circle this right leg around. So sweep forwards and up. Draw a nice big circle with that right leg. So once again, play around with the foot here. You will notice you'll feel more calf and hamstring as you flex the toes up to the shin. A little bit more in the thighs, you point the toes. So personally, I like toes back because I like a little bit more hamstring work. Go, 12 more, then we're going to roll it the other way. So you should be feeling that right bum cheek already. Go, 6 to go. And roll it the other way, sweep back, up and around. So second direction is always that little bit worse. So I'm starting to get a little bit crampy. Go, try to keep it nice and slow. We go, 15 seconds to go. Oh, this one's getting nasty. Go, and last 4, 3, 2, 1, and knees together. Good news, we're all done with this leg. We can take our little figure 4 stretch. So you can bring your right foot up in front of your left knee. Press that knee down. So pressing the leg away towards the top of the mat. Sorry, end of the mat. And release. Okay, now we've got 2 sides. We are going to go straight to the other side just so we get all the nasty work out of the way quick. So swapping sides for me, everyone. Now bring the right arm down to the mat. Knees are stacked in line with the body. Heels together. Left hand to the hip. We lift the hips up. 3 clams. Straighten the left leg out. 3 lifts. And lower. Lift the hip up. 3 clams. Straight leg. 3 lifts. Heels together. Lift. 3 clams. Straighten the leg. 3 lifts. Now this side will be a little bit worse because we have already worked the bottom leg. Okay, we've got 2 more rounds to go of this combo. Okay, it's getting nasty. That's how we know it's working. Last round here. Lift up. And lower. There we go. Now line all the way down. Rest your head down onto the right arm. And your left hand can rest in front of the belly for some support. Tucking the knees up in line with the body. We're now going to straighten that left leg out long to the bottom of the mat. Nice straight leg. We're going to start by sweeping the leg back, up and around. So we are going to go both directions, so don't stress if you're going the opposite way here. Go now, like last time, play around with the angle of the foot. Just remember, toes flex back, more hamstring and calf work. Toes pointed is more thighs. Here comes Pablo. Go another 15, then we're going to roll it the other way. So it's quite normal to feel that supporting leg burning up here as well, especially once we're doing the second side. And change direction, sweep forwards, up and around. Okay, this is where it gets bad. Bad but good. It's a good burn. Okay, I'm getting nice and shaky. So we'll notice as you start to fatigue, those circles will get a little bit smaller. Go, last 10 seconds here, then we've got a nice stretch. Go, and 3, 2, and 1. Bring the foot down in front of the right knee. Take that figure 4 stretch, pressing the knee down to the bottom of the mat. And release. Now got one last exercise to go. Just going to finish off with one core exercise and we got a little bit more of a stretch. So last exercise here, everyone, we are going to be up in a 4-point kneel position. So coming up onto your mat. Now we're going to go 4-point kneel so we do get a little bit more of those arms working as well. So I've got a mountain climber here. I'm going to walk the feet down to the bottom of the mat, pull the upper back to the ceiling. Now going to draw your right knee across the left elbow, place it back down to the mat, swapping sides. Now you can take this in your own time here. We can start off nice and slow. If you would like to finish off with a little bit more of a sweaty finisher, run it out. Just think about trying to keep those hips nice and low. Go, 20 seconds, nice and quick if you can. Finish it off strong. Good, I want that nice big rotation through the hips. 12 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and knees down. We go. Tuck the toes under, bring the legs together. We're going to sit back towards the heels. Go, now this is going to release a bit of pressure through the arches of the feet. So I want you to bring the weight forwards onto the toes. You feel a nice stretch down through the arch of the foot. Go, just hold it there for a moment. Go, grab a drink if you need to. If you're not feeling the stretch down through the bottom of the foot, bring the bum a little bit further forwards and squeeze those knees together. Good, we're going to go straight back to our camel stretch here. Now from there, bring the knees out a little bit wider. Walk the hands back behind you. Lift the hips and chest to the ceiling. Head can draw back if you like. Also, option to bring the hands up onto the heels. And release. Go, one more stretch here, everyone. Sitting down onto your mat, so come down to your bottom. Going to bring the hands behind you. Going to bring your right ankle across your left knee. It's a little bit more of a glute stretch. Shuffle the left heel back towards you, and then shuffle the bum a little bit further forwards towards that left heel. So trying to get the leg nice and close to the chest here. Lifting up nice and tall. Trying to draw the outside of the right knee down towards the top of the mat. You can roll the foot out as we're here. Put a movement to the ankle. And swapping sides. Get that movement through the ankle. and release. Give yourself a nice big hug. Round that back out towards the back of the room. We are all done, everyone. You've done really well. I know that was quite a nasty one for the legs, but you all absolutely smashed it. We go.